What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna have a look at Remnant 2 on the main computer here. So, before we hop into the game though, let's quickly go over the specs. So, we have ourselves a 13900 KF, just have the power limits unlocked, so it basically just runs at its maximum clocks all the time, 24/7. Then we got ourselves a overclocked RTX 4090, it's an MSI gaming trio. Then we have a ASUS Z790 gaming E motherboard with 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. It's 6600 megahertz, and it is, or has been tuned, so now it's doing pretty good. Then we got ourselves an EK Velocity 2 block cooling the CPU with a 420mm radiator with some Noctua fans on it. Then we have a completely overkill EVGA. You can see how I get that one confused. EVGA 1600 watt PSU. It's a platinum rated one. Massively overkill, but why the hell not? It's big chungus after all. So after that, then we've got the 48-inch OLED TV. It's a C1 OLG TV. It's got FreeSync, G.SKILL, 120Hz, and HDR. Everything you need to have a great time gaming, watching movies, pretty much great at everything. Its only weakness is it's not the brightest thing in the entire universe. So if you're like got the sun shining like it is outside right now and I didn't have the blinds down a little bit, it might be a little hard to focus on it. So that's why I just put the two blinds behind it down. Easy peasy. But not everybody has that luxury. So that's where TVs like my Samsung over here, that you guys can't quite see, would be much better suited. That thing's bright as hell. Still probably not the brightest OLED, but still very bright. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and now hop into the game, take a quick look at the settings, and we'll see how this one runs maxed out. Probably won't be able to run at constant 60, so we'll probably have to go through some settings just like we did on the secondary computer, but hey, that's okay. So let's get into the game. Here we go, Remnant 2 on the main computer. Gonna try to play it at 4K with no upscaling of any kind, maxed out first, just like we did on everything else. Don't want VSync on though, that would definitely get in the way. And we will try out upscaling probably, because I doubt it'll run flawlessly, but hey, anything could happen. But either way, let's get into the game. Well, alright. Here we go. Game maxed out 4K. We hit 59 FPS, so we can't, you know, in good conscience say we stay above 60 the whole time, but it's not like that would be the end of the world. Let's see how it does the rest of the way down our little trip. Our little trip here.
You ever hear about the North Pole?
Is that old fairy tale?
Yeah, like this ward. Old white guy founds it.
So,
Food,
even though it's still
water,
basically staying
everyone
above
gets
60
along.
most of the time, we're still going to try DLSS after
That
this.
sounds like the fairy tale
Or
to me.
maybe we'll even try high
Probably
before
just a
that.
couple
I
old
haven't
timers
decided yet.
holed up underground.
It'll be a
hope they got enough
surprise.
supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
Huh. I'm not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
Alright, well, now let's just run around a little bit.
Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. Ain't got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through. It's about time. What took you?
Trying to walk backwards to where the thing is at, but it's not working, dang it. Whatever. Let's go eat the blood root, and then we will move on to whatever I've decided. Alright, so I decided we'd try high, just like we did on the secondary computer, just to keep things similar. And then after that, we will move on to the DLSS. And since we can, after that, we'll do Frame Gen 2. So, we've reached the bottom. Let's go get into the game now, shall we? Alright. Now here we go with high. And it does look like high will stay above 60, at least in this area, but then it's not maxed out, but that's alright. It still looks pretty much identical.
Yeah, like this ward. Old white white guy found it.
But this is a
Food
good
and fresh water,
good solution
everyone
for those of you who
gets
don't
along.
want to use DLSS, though. Obviously, later on in the game it could drop under 60 here and there, but I doubt it'll drop much. I don't see it dropping down into like the 40s or anything like my laptop was doing.
Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
Huh. I'm not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
Here's a little stutter. Alright, though, let's go ahead and hop on up here.
Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. Ain't got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through. It's about time. What took you?
Okay, now to our blood root. Let's eat up. And now, let's go move on to DLSS. Now, here we go with DLSS, and we're going to do quality. Don't see any reason why I would need to drop below that. Didn't have to on the secondary computer, and this GPU is much more powerful, even though it's doing a higher resolution. So, there we go. Now, let's go see how it does. Now, here we go with some DLSS quality. So, let's go ahead and just walk around our normal area, and we're getting well above 60 FPS now, so that's probably all one would need. But we'll try frame gen out after this too, just for fun. And then, for camera recorded gameplay, I'll just leave frame gen on. Even though I probably wouldn't use it, but who knows,
that
maybe
old
I will
fairy
this time.
tale?
Yeah. Like this.
I just
before.
generally don't use it because I don't like
Old
screen
white guy
tearing.
founds it, food and
But
fresh
I heard they
water,
had fixed
everyone
that,
gets along.
so who knows? I'll give it a shot.
That sounds like the fairy tale to me. It's probably just a couple of old timers holed up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
Huh. I'm not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
Still have a little stutter though. Nothing too crazy though. Nothing like most games, so I'll take it.
Ain't got nowhere to go.
Prefer if there was none at all.
There's gotta be another way through.
So maybe FrameGen can smooth that out for me. A lot of the times it does, but there's some games like Ratchet & Clank where it was going
It's about
wonky.
time.
But that was just because I was recording it. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. But hey, after we're done eating this thing, we'll go find out. Well, alright. Now we're going to try DLSS quality, but also with FrameGen. Leaving everything else still in Ultra, just like we had it before. And we'll see what kind of difference that makes. So, now, let's go hop back into the game. Well, now here we go with some DLSS on quality, and also with FrameGen. And we're definitely getting a lot of FPS, though. Obviously, as most know, that is some fake FPS. But at least in this kind of game, I don't really notice a huge, whatchamacallit, latency penalty. I'll have to move around the camera a little more. Let's see
Is
here.
that old fairy tale?
Yeah, like this ward.
No, not really.
Guy founds it, food
Seems
and
pretty
fresh
spot
water,
on to me.
everyone gets along.
Oh.
But FrameGen's the kind of stuff I just wouldn't want to use in, say, like a competitive first-person shooter. But I don't think there's very many of those that actually have that, so I don't really think that'll be a problem anytime soon.
Otherwise, we won't last
Eventually,
much longer.
probably, but not anytime soon.
You think people actually live like this?
Huh. I'm not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
Cool, now we can run again, so off we go. Frame Gen definitely seems to smooth out the frame times a lot, because we were getting a lot bigger stutters over here last time.
Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. Ain't got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through. It's about time. What took you?
Alright, let's go get our food. And then we can move on to camera. Alright, there it is. Now we can munch on this bloodroot. And now, let's go ahead and move on. Alright guys, now let's get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay. I'm just going to leave it the way I had it last, which was DLSS quality, game on ultra, with frame generation on. Now, I probably wouldn't play with frame generation on, once I go to play, just because I don't like screen tearing, but that's just me.
Is that old fairy tale?
Yeah, like this war. Old white guy pounds it, food and fresh water, everyone gets along.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like a fairy tale to me. It's probably just a couple old timers holed up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer. You think people actually live like this?
Huh. I'm not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
Alright, let's do a little running. Although I do appreciate how much smoother it runs. It doesn't seem to have as much frame time spikes as it was having before.
It's about time. What took you?
Everything and more, all the same, never more. Alright, now I'm all healed up. Why don't you come on over here and we'll open up this door.
Hey, over here.
There we go.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad with a side of broccoli.
A side of what?
Nothing. Something my mom. Nice shooting. Hey, that don't count, by the way.
But, alright guys, why don't we now go ahead and wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Remnant 2, and it did a pretty decent job at native, but it still dropped a little under 60 here and there, and I'm sure it would later in the game in more demanding parts. So, little DLSS is still necessary, and if you do frame gen, you can have an insane amount of FPS, even though it's fake. Fake gen, but still, it did seem to smooth out the frame times a little bit. But, in any case, that is all I got for you guys for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.